What's up, YouTube? Back again here for the Royal Rumble 2025 predictions. Um, Today we are joined by my lovely half brother, Andrew. Today we are doing predictions, and for the past, how long has it been?
Oh, geez. Probably around, what was it, 2016?
I believe so, yeah. It was around 2016 where
It
we
was-
started it.
I think it was Survivor Series 2016 when we started doing a predictions championship.
Yeah, because we had been talking about how predictable it had become at that point,
Yeah.
and we're like, oh, we could predict this, and it just kind of started off small. We would use just like a kid's belt that you would get from Target, Walmart, anywhere like that. But however, today, and for the past three PLEs, four,
Yeah, somewhere around that area.
we have been using this bad boy that I showed in the last video of mine. I have been told that in that video there was a glare, so we are not going to hold this the entire video, so there is no glare. I also took care of the window there, so there you go, ladies and gentlemen. But again, this is a championship. I am your current champion, and I intend to stay a champion after tonight. We will see. So, Andrew, how
Yep.
about you give YouTube a little bit of a brief introduction of yourself, because this will not be the last time that we will be making videos. We will also be making videos on comic books, movies, cartoon shows, what have you, top 10 lists, top 15 lists, top 20 lists, who knows? We'll see. But how about you give YouTube a little bit of an introduction to yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Andrew. Big professional wrestling fan, anime, video games, comic books, cartoons, what have you. Biggest nerd possibly on the planet. Who knows? Yeah, just expect more nerdy stuff to come out of my mouth and what have you. Should I talk about, what got me into professional wrestling, since this is a professional wrestling video?
I mean, yeah. So how about we ask the basic question. When did you start watching WWE or WWF back when it was then?
Funny thing is, the first introduction to professional wrestling was when my dad got the original PlayStation.
Yeah.
And one of the games that he bought with it was WCW Nitro.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a classic.
And that was my first introduction to professional wrestling. And there were times when my dad and his twin brother, my uncle, would watch WCW and WWF at the time. But the thing that got me hooked was WrestleMania X7.
Yeah.
And that TLC match, and when Edge hit Jeff Hardy
Yeah, with that spear.
it-
From a 35-foot ladder.
that immediately had my attention, had my love, full devotion, all of that.
Yeah.
And
Yep. That was actually the first PLE I had been able to get on pay-per-view. Back then it was on pay-per-view. And yeah, I remember my dad got me WrestleMania X7, and I was so happy. And that was when I knew wrestling had finally showed up. But I had been watching it before then. It was probably around, I want to say 94, 95 is when I started watching wrestling and really started paying attention to it, getting it on my radar.
you was a youngin'.
I was a youngin'. I was 3 or 4 years old when I started watching it. It was one of the very first things I seen, and that I have a big memory of watching.
Yeah.
So, I may not know everything about wrestling, but hey, I've been watching it for a while, so.
Yeah. Going off of what you said, I remember that they used to have VHS tapes. We never owned any of the VHS tapes, but when I was doing like summer odd jobs when I was
Yeah.
a teenager, I would always save up money and see like No Way Out 2004 on
Yep.
DVD, SummerSlam 2005. I was like, I must have those.
Yes. Yep. Interestingly enough, I had a cousin, have a cousin who used to have all the VHSs. We'd go out to his house and go down into the basement, and sure enough, on bookshelves full of just cassette tapes of every single event that they had, and it was an immaculate collection. And then we'd go out on the trampoline and, perform moves on each other. And, I was a scrawny kid back then, and my cousins were not. They were pushing a good 250. They were older, though, so, they were already grown by the time I was, 10 years old. And I'm still out there wrestling with them on a trampoline and, be like, hey, yeah, go ahead, jump on me. And I'm like a toothpick at the age of 10. I was not a big, broad kid as I am now. But anyway, YouTube, we're rambling. So how about you like, subscribe, and hit that bell? 3 simple things I'm asking you to do. That's it. I promise. Support the channel. That's all I'm asking. Let's get into the predictions. First off, we're going to start with the WWE Tag Team Championships. We have DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns. Who do you got?
They recently just got the titles back and they did a heel turn. I'm still giving it to DIY.
Same. They did give them the titles right before SummerSlam, but they took them away right before SummerSlam, the night before SummerSlam, and they could not just give them the titles for a lengthy run. I don't see them taking the titles away.
No, not yet anyway.
So yeah, I have DIY as well. So shockingly, there's only 4 matches for this Royal Rumble. Seems like not a lot, but 2 major Rumble matches, and they seem to be really good Rumble matches. So we only have one other match before the Rumble matches, and it's the WWE Championship match. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens in a ladder match for the unification of the Undisputed Championship and the Winged Eagle Championship. Who do you got? I got Cody. It's the American Nightmare. I mean, as much as I would love to see Kevin Owens take the reins of being the guy in WWE, I just don't see Cody losing it before Mania. I could see him losing it at Mania. Kevin Owens is this feud, to me, feels like the first legitimate feud Cody has had since getting that title off of Roman.
Yeah.
The AJ Styles match, that was very predictable of who was going to win that match. The Logan Paul.
Matches, though.
Still great matches, but for it to be a really great feud, and it could either go one way or the other with Kevin or Cody winning it, I still got Cody because I don't see them taking the title off of Roman after 4 years almost, and then just having the next champion not even hold it for a year. So yeah, I have Cody as well. Let's get into the 30-woman Royal Rumble match. I have Io Sky. I just think it's her time, and I could see her going after Rhea Ripley. I did have Liv about a couple days ago, and I just started thinking, and I was like, I'll give it to Io. She deserves it. How about you?
Originally, I had the Booker's mind and thought, and was like, how awesome would it be for an NXT call-up in the Royal Rumble match and she win? And I was originally going to go with Roxanne Perez. But then
No.
after rewatching some things, like, yeah, she just lost the NXT Women's Championship and started a little feud going on with Bayley.
Yeah.
So maybe she'll be called up that way.
Yeah.
But I just thought of an NXT call up and win the Royal Rumble would be so unpredictable and awesome.
Yeah.
And I also want to go with Io Sky. I also want to go with returning Charlotte Flair. It's a really hard toss-up.
Yeah.
But I'm going to think that the WWE are trolling us with what they had already said, and I am actually going to choose Alexa Bliss to return and win the 30 Women's Royal Rumble match.
Ooh, okay. A little bit of a shocker because we had actually, before this video even started, he has a different choice. He had Io Sky as well, so now he's changing it to Alexa Bliss. I do believe, however, Alexa Bliss will still return. I just don't think she's going to win it. I'm still picking Io Sky, although it's probably going to be Charlotte Flair because just the one person that you have who can carry on that first ever two-time Royal Rumble match winner, you could easily give it to Charlotte. I also think Becky might show up. I don't know. The man might show up. But so with that, with my process, I'm going to change mine to Charlotte Flair as well. The 30 men Royal Rumble match. How about you take the first one? This man.
Best in the world.
This man.
Been my favorite wrestler since, I think, 2010. He deserves a Rumble win.
He does.
It's about time to give it to him.
I just think with how they've been setting up Punk with the favor from Paul Heyman, that Roman is going to win the 2025 Royal Rumble, the OTC himself, and he's going to then have Punk cash in that favor with Heyman and have him inserted in the main event with Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk in a triple threat match at Mania in the main event. It still gets Punk that main event match at Mania. That's what he wants. That's what he's looking for. And he'll be damned if anyone's going to get in his way. And if he has to cash in that favor he has to cash in that favor he has. So, again, I am going with Roman Reigns for your men's Royal Rumble match winner. A few things I want to add to this. If there is a tie of any sorts, then the champion at that time retains the title. Mm-hmm. Because in WWE, DQ and countout, the champion retains. So we added that stipulation in when we first started this. We do have another person in the predictions group. He unfortunately just isn't available hardly ever to be included in the videos, but I will give him a shout out. Brian, hi. Brian's picks are as follows. He has Cody Rhodes retaining the title. He has Motor City Machine Guns claiming the tag team titles. He has Charlotte Flair as well for the Women's Royal Rumble match. And he has CM Punk as well for the Royal Rumble match. So I believe there is a chance for a tie between the three of us. There is a chance that someone could sweep and they'll win the championship, or I will retain the championship. I'm not trying to jinx myself, but, and you know, if I end up jinxing myself, I will come back on my next video and be like, I got jinxed. But the last few PLEs, I have had a clean sweep on all of them. So this is a major PLE though, so we'll see what happens. I do want to wrap this video up, but I do also want to mention I will be at Monday Night Raw, ladies and gentlemen, in Cleveland Monday night, right after the Royal Rumble. I got amazing seats. They're not in the hard camera sight view, but I'm going to go there and I am going to have a blast. And hopefully, I put my hands together and I pray that I will be taking this title with me to Monday Night Raw and scream my lungs off. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. It's been grand. Let's get ready to rumble tonight and let's have a great time. YouTube, love ya. See you later. And I will be posting another video soon with an update on what's coming up next. Love ya. Late.